Hello, and glad to have you on Hot Button today, where we discuss youth lifestyle. I am Tayo Adeleke, and today's episode we shall be discussing something important in choosing life partner. Importance of cultural and tribal similarities in choosing a life partner. I am Tayo Adeleke, and joining me on the program I have
Omotayo Adebodo.
And thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Education, culture, the exercise of will are very important to human behavior, but they are all powerless here. They can only correct behavior, but they can't change the heart. That is the similarities of culture and tribal that we'll be looking at in choosing a life partner today. And Folakemi, if I may ask, would you consider choosing someone from another tribe, irrespective of the religious denomination?
Irrespective of the religious denomination?
Yes.
That question is not quite straight, but let me try to put it straight now so that I can clarify it. Now, would I go for someone that has the same religious but different tribe? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Okay. You have the same religion denomination,
okay,
but different tribe.
Different tribe. Well, yeah, it's a very dicey situation. But for me, I think once we have the same belief, we value the same thing. Our values are matching. We have common grounds when it comes to our belief in God, the things we believe in, the values of life. So if we have that settled, the culture aspect might be minimal. Yes, the tribe, whichever part of the world or yes, the person is coming from, yes, that might be, the effect of that might be minimal on my decision making, maybe whether to marry him or not. But, you know, I would want to marry someone that is from the same tribe as I am, okay. Someone that would understand when I say some things in my dialect. There are some things that you have to say in your dialect or you speak in your dialect that are more interesting the way you speak it, yes, than you getting somebody like an interpreter or to now start interpreting. Yes, it's most of the time you don't even find the interpretation, yes, in English. There are some things you say in your dialect that you don't find the interpretation, the correct interpretation.
Because, you know, there are some things that you say that you'll be finding that English that will suit that interpretation. And Tayo, what can you say about that?
I believe our culture is the total way of life, which comprises of both religion, behaviors, and every other thing. So if you consider marrying outside of your tribe, well, good, but for somebody like me, I can't. Why? Because if you are marrying, you are not marrying because of yourself, and you are not marrying your partner alone. So it's the coming together of families, yours and the other partner. So you must consider if your partner or if the family of your partner are willing, you know, to accept you, being that you are not from their culture. That's one. And even if the acceptance is cleared, what about if they, like she said, what about if they come on, you know, for holidays and you guys will now have to break into two? You know, probably you marry an Igbo person now. The Igbo section will be you have your Yoruba people. So you understand that kind of thing. And if your family does not accept, there's nothing you want to do. So there's nothing you want to do, even if you love each other, because if you eventually get married to that kind of person, she or he might not find peace in the family, because you know, language is going to be the major barrier. And apart from the language barrier, I feel like you know, the way they do things in their culture is quite different. For example, the way an Hausa man would do his own thing would be quite different from the way an Igbo man would do. Same for Yoruba. So if you are probably marrying an Hausa woman now, the way she does things, the way she reasons will be in pattern with our culture. Yeah, so the way I reason as a Yoruba man, so it would be the same thing. And don't forget that the way we think, the way we reason, the way we behave, where we come from, most especially tells a lot about it. So if you are considering, getting married outside of your culture, I think I should consider some of these things, and these things are not frequently talked about. So you just be like, I love this person, and you go into it. And some people even go to the extent that they disobey their parents, and they end up having issues. So I'm of the opinion that you are not getting married to your partner alone, but to the family. So it's not always common. We have people who get married to opposite or different culture, and they always they live happily, but at least if you find out very well, there will still be something lacking, something missing. So it's not like an Igbo man is getting married to an Igbo woman, the synchronization will be there. So it will be easy to communicate. You speak Igbo to yourself. There are times that
Didn't you actually think that will actually make you understand Igbo when you get married to a Igbo lady and you're speaking, which is teaching you Igbo, you're teaching her Yoruba,
it's quite easy
and you are teaching each other their language.
So will you start teaching your in-laws too when they come to visit?
well, the in-law can actually be teaching you because they will see you as the part of the family.
So
it's still the same.
Are you marrying so that you can become a language teacher?
No, irrespective of the religion, you are from the same religion denomination. You get what I'm saying? And you're getting married to Igbo or Yoruba, just intercultural marriage. Didn't you think it's a way that you can actually explore and
for understand? So long I think people don't really think about that. It's for quite some time. We see people marry from different culture, but these days things are changing, and things are changing fast. So you have to consider so many things if you are going to marry somebody that is not from your culture. And from what I actually said, from my own personal experience now, I can't possibly wake up one day and say I want to marry out of my own culture. Even I have my mom will practically tell you that if you are going elsewhere, you are going alone. So if I now say I probably find an Igbo girl attractive, beautiful, of the same denomination, we have the same faith, we have the same ground, we understand the same thing, and probably go ahead. There are exceptional cases if God is leading you now.
Yes, but because I'm about to say that, but what if God is leading you
that's
and
an
you
exception.
are actually having another trial?
If God is leading you as well, you have options too. You have choice. So God has always given us choice. You have options. So you can choose to obey, and you can choose not to. So it's an option for you.
But honestly, Tayo, you're saying something. You said if God is leading you, you can choose to obey, and
I want to understand what that means.
I want to understand you can choose to obey, because some people they prefer marrying from another tribe or another culture, but what they want is happy home. It is major for human being and for youth as well. They are thinking of future. Everybody prays for happy home. But what if God is saying, okay, you are marrying from another tribe and you have a happy home?
That's why I said it's an exceptional case.
So how do you know?
Oh, okay. So, for example, if God is leading me to go and marry from an outside tribe this time around, and I'm so sure this time around that it is God. So, it's just for you to go back to God, and God will just sort things out. For someone like me, like I said, my mom, my dad, my parents, generally, they will practically tell you they won't travel far with you. Like, because I'm one kind of person that used to joke with them.
Are they Yoruba?
Yeah, they are Yoruba.
I think that's common to Yoruba.
So I'll tell them I'm going to marry from Akwa Ibom. They'll tell you, I'll tell them from Osun State to Akwa Ibom is just 8 hours. She'll be like, you are going on your own. You have sisters and brothers that will follow you. So that kind of thing. But if I'm so sure that God is leading me to an Akwa Ibom woman this time around, if they are not seeing it, I can just pray to God, make them see it. These are things that, personally, I have seen it, but I don't pray my case be like that. But I have seen such cases, and they might not give their 100% at first. I mean, from the parents' angle this time around, they might not give their 100% at first. But if you just trust the process, and you are so sure, I'm saying this again, you are so sure that it's God that is leading you, you won't have issues. But if you just feel like you want to explore, you know, I'm tired of Yoruba girls, Yoruba demons, this and that, so you want to explore and go to other culture, and you know, you have the same this thing, you have the same belief, and it might eventually not work out, simply because you are not marrying him alone. Like I said, you are marrying the family. And if you want an happy home too, the husband's family, the wife's family are part of those people that would probably make you enjoy the marriage.
Folakem, do you have any other contrary opinion on that?
I was going to say something that, you know, marriage fulfills so many purposes according to how God created it, the reason and the purpose it was created for. But I don't think having to be teaching somebody languages is part of it anyway. But then that's just by the way. Now, saying that God leading you, be sure God is the one leading you. You want to marry an Akwa Ibomite, it's okay. I mean, it's your choice. You're going to live with her. I just feel like it has been written in the Bible that, as you have said to my hearing, so shall I do. So, whatever you tell God, you ask God.
No, I'm not asking for an Akwa Ibom woman now.
No, there's nothing wrong. I get your point.
Understand.
There's nothing wrong in that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that whatever you've asked God, just to believe that it's going to give you the best version of whatever it is you've asked. If you ask for a man that is God-fearing, of course he's going to give you, because he has them in abundance.
Yes.
So we just keep looking out for the best and keep telling God what we want. Because if you're taking this thing with levity, I'll be like, how marry, how anybody, as far as there is love. Well, most of the times, love is not enough. Love is never enough. Love might not fail, but then most of the times, the love you have is not just enough to sustain a home.
Yes.
Because like you mentioned earlier, that you're not marrying just yourself. You're going to be married into a family. Therefore, those people in that family, you're meant to be a part of them. They will become part of you, whether you like it or not. So it means you are ready to face whatever comes with it. The insult, the enjoyment, whatever it is that comes, you are ready, you are prepared, to accept it. So that is why it's very important to just keep telling God, okay, at least I know that if I marry someone from my own tribe, that understands my language, that speaks my language, in their home, that is what they speak. So when they say whatever, at least if they are confident enough to say it to my ear, yes, I would understand. I'll be able to relate. I'll understand what they're saying. If that thing is trying to maybe correct me in any way, or they are saying something that has to do with maybe my comportment or my general attitude, then maybe I would not have a say because they are in-laws, or maybe I have to defend myself at that moment. But then it will just teach me how to, look inward and, okay, this is what they feel, this is what they think. How can I actually make things better? How can I correct, myself, and actually get these people, get them on the same page with me? Because most of the time, if you are looking forward to fitting in, we might not really fit in. Yes, it's not everybody you're going to fit into whatever they want. Because in the first instance, God created everybody with their own purposes. I think the most important prayer is that I don't want to be irrelevant. When you are relevant, it does not matter.
It doesn't
whether
matter.
You fit into what they want or not, they will come for you.
Yes.
They will come, they will just love you.
Even if you don't fit in, they will fit you in.
Yes,
they will fit
exactly,
you in as well, even if you don't fit in. Well, this discussion is actually getting more interesting. And Tayo, you said something earlier talking about the culture. So that will lead to this question, which is more important to you in choosing a partner? Is it the religion or the culture?
Well, I would say religion is embedded in the culture. But be that as it may, religion might not necessarily be an issue. That does not mean that you can go and marry someone else
from another religion.
Yes, because Bible says, do not be unevenly yoked with non-believers. So that scripture alone answers the question. So coming back to culture, for me, outside of my culture is a no-no. So,
And what if inside your culture but different another religion?
No, there can't be any other religion. There can't be any other religion. You can't. I can't be expected to go and marry probably from another religion now this time around as a believer.
There are actually many religions in your culture.
So you're managing religion in
That's
the
what I'm saying.
culture.
So we must be on the common ground. We must be on of the same household of faith. So that's what I'm trying to say. For somebody like me, I can't probably say I wake up in the morning and go somewhere else to go. You know, it's not based on probably I was born as a Christian or to a believer's house. No, it's just based on personal experience with God. So some of the things I now know that, okay, this thing is right. It's not that because they told me that because you're a Christian, you must marry a Christian. No. I have some of my elderly ones like that. I feel that I've seen that she married a Muslim. She's a Christian. She married a Muslim. And she practically called me one day that this mistake that I've done, if I had knew these things that I know now, if I knew earlier, I wouldn't have made mistake. But she was like, it's because we love each other. And they told me, but because we loved each other, this and that. So that apart. But me, from my own personal experience, because I can't make such mistakes again. So even outside of the culture thing, I can't marry outside my culture, and I can't marry outside of the household of faith.
So,
okay, if that same question applies to me,
yes, you go for culture or you go for religion?
The two for me are interwoven.
Okay.
Because inside culture you find religion. Mm-hmm. So, as far as I am concerned, the religion of Christ is my religion. Mm. So, and Christianity is not even a religion; it's a way of life. Lifestyle of Christ, the way Christ lived, we want to live like Him. Mm-hmm. So, I will go for a Christian, of course. I would choose a Christian over every other because, I mean, that's the very topmost
Let's say
factor.
that's the basis.
Yes, topmost factor of all. You have to be a Christian. So before getting to know you, I need to know you're a Christian first before I will be interested in any other thing in your life. Once I know you're a Christian, and when I say Christian, of course, you must be really practicing what the Bible has said.
That's living a Christ-like life.
Yes. You cannot say you are keeping the 9 commandments and you are talking about Sabbath is not part of it. You can't remove Sabbath. Sabbath is part of the 10 commandments. Yes. And the Bible said if you keep 1 and you remove 9, you're not keeping any.
You're not keeping any.
If you keep 9 and you remove that 1,
you're not keeping
so
any.
He has made it clear. Remember the Sabbath is to keep it holy. As far as I am concerned, Sabbath is part of what God has said we should do. And He knew we were going to forget, and He said, remember. So, because He has said, remember, I believe if you say you're a Christian, even Christ worshipped on the Sabbath. He kept going to the synagogue on the Sabbath. It was recorded many times. Yes. So, you cannot just say that you're a Christian and then you're not keeping the Sabbath. So, I think I've made that very clear now. So, you have to be a Christian, an Adventist Christian, of course. So before I now want to know, of course, where are you from? Okay, let's get to know you. Where are you from? What is your height? Your genotype? You see that one? Very important. Before I will get interested in every other thing. But then, culture. I mean, I believe that as far as Christianity is a way of life. And then when you define culture, culture is also a way of life. So I believe the culture of Christ should be your own culture. So I will go for a Christian, and that actually sums it up. I'll go for a Christian. So
what you're saying is you go for the religion irrespective of the culture?
Like I said, I am still not classifying it as a religion, but Christianity is a way of life. It's the way you live your life in accordance with the will of God. But then if you still want me to mention that, will I go for another tribe?
Yes, the tribe, yes.
Well, it's a deep one anyway. It's okay. Mm-hmm. I think the one thing that matters is I would want to marry someone that's from my tribe. Or maybe even if you're not from my own tribe, but you understand our language, our dialect, and you can speak it. Because the way I've pictured my own home, the kind of home I want to have, I know God has the best in store for me, and I'm not limiting God. But, you know, we all have this picture in our head, how you want your home to look, how you want to welcome your husband when he comes back from work, how you want your home to be set, how you want your children, all those kind of things. I also do. I have those pictures, and the kind of picture I want is a beautiful home where everybody can come together, we can pray together, we can gist together with my mother-in-law, and everybody. So there won't be anything like me and my mom, we are talking, or maybe me and my husband, we had a disagreement some minutes ago, and me and my mom, we are gisting in my dialect, Yoruba dialect, of course, and you're feeling like, so you are reporting me to your mom. Because if we all are on the same page, of course you understand what I'm talking with her. You would understand, except it's something very personal that is just our family. Yes. So I would prefer someone from my tribe. But then if God,
peradventure,
yes,
God,
of course
give
I would
you
choose
from
somebody
another tribe.
that we have the same belief, because culture of Christ is just the best for me.
But choosing someone having the same belief, you know, you are saying that you choose someone that have the same belief, irrespective of the tribe. Didn't you think your husband, like you said earlier, when you and your mom, you are talking at home, didn't you think the husband can be feeling inferior in the house?
Feel inferior if I marry, like from my tribe, outside of my tribe.
Outside of your tribe, yes.
That's one of the major reasons I was saying I wouldn't go for it. But if it happens, I mean, then he should trust me enough that whatever it is I am discussing with my mom, then his own matter or his own case is, of course, topmost priority in my heart. He should trust me to that extent. If I am his wife, at that point, he should be able to trust me that. In fact, my mom will see you as a son now. God. I don't want to really go deep into this. But God bless my future husband. Because the kind of mom I have, because I've seen the way she treats my sister's husband.
Okay.
And I'm like, who did you give birth to? Is it my sister or the husband? Because the way she treats them,
yes, you are part of our family.
I am jealous of my husband in advance.
Wow. Wow, that's actually lovely. And do you have any other opinion on that?
Well, I feel the feeling of inferiority would definitely come, but it just tends to on that partner. Well, honestly, that's one of the disadvantages, to be honest. It's one of the disadvantages of marrying outside, because you would have to kind of explain yourself all over again. This is what I've been saying. Yeah, it's not that I'm talking about you. So such things are bound to happen, both for the female category and for the male category. So it just tends on understandings for both partners.
But in case that inferiority happened, how best can one actually, you know, deal or handle such?
Reassurance. I mean, very key. I think reassuring your partner how much you care, how much you love them, really goes a long way. So, and even in marriage, I've never been married, so I wouldn't know, but I believe, I believe that when you reassure someone of, don't worry, babe, we've got this. Don't worry, we are fine. There's nothing is going wrong. Like, I'm here for you. Just trust me. We are working together. We are on the same page. I feel it's going to be relaxed. There won't be any inferiority complex. I mean, I don't even expect that anyway, because why would you feel inferior in the first place? Any man that feels inferior should not even marry. You have no business getting married in the first place.
The head of the house.
Apart from being the head of the house, you have no business getting married. If you have inferiority complex, just deal with that, because that is enough thing to be married to. Deal with inferiority complex.
Okay.
You should not have inferiority complex and go and marry. How? How do you
want to manage your partner?
How? Really?
You know, when you're talking, maybe you're discussing with your mom, maybe the mom come over to your place and you're discussing with her in your dialect.
I think trust and understanding is key.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, because if you trust me enough to understand that what I'm discussing with my mom might be personal or not, you should be able to trust me enough that even if I'm discussing you
Yeah.
It should be for the progress
It won't
of
be
the
in the
family.
bad light.
It won't be in the bad light, yes. So you must be able to understand your partner to that extent and trust what she can do. So if you are beginning to suspect or feel inferior, then it should be checked. That means you are not trusting enough or understanding your partner enough. That's just it. The basics is trust and understand each other. That's it.
And another thing is this. How many minutes do we have to spend with family members that we feel for real? How many minutes?
But you know, some people, even in the space of that small or few minutes,
That means
they
the
will
husband must be suspecting something.
There must be a problem fundamentally.
Yes.
There is a
Before it gets to
problem
that,
fundamentally.
something must have been wrong.
Yeah.
But well, for me, if getting married to another tribe, I will see it as an opportunity to actually teach you my language, bases you need to know.
It goes beyond that. I can easily walk up to any school and learn the language.
You can easily walk up to any school and learn the language.
So as a friend, you
but
cannot
you know, as a husband, you know, that zeal, that vibe will be there for you. That yes, when I'm at
As
home,
a linguistic student,
I want to teach my wife.
I did
my
Igbo,
language.
I did Yoruba.
Okay.
To a reasonable extent, there are some of the courses that will do that will tell us that we should analyze some languages from South Africa. Swahili. You analyze other languages from other parts of the world that I have not even been to. So it's quite easy for you to learn the language. I can easily go and learn.
But you know,
French.
when we're saying she should go to school, you know, while being a family, you'll be going to work.
You have online
and
courses that you can take.
All these things together. But you know, it will aid you as husband or wife that okay, when you're learning online, you can as well.
Yeah.
You know, I can actually put you through in the house. And on a final note, I'll ask Tayo, what are those things that you look out for in a woman to marry?
Number one, I know that I'm not fine, so I must marry somebody that is beautiful. But most importantly, she must be, you know, God-fearing. Well, it encompasses all, but even with her God-fearing attitude, she must be beautiful.
And for like
of course, just love God. That's all. Love God. Like just love God. Be a Christian. Like not just Christian by profession, Christian by doing. So really do what you profess. Do the things you say. Don't be a Christian by mouth. Be Christian at heart.
Be a Christian at heart. And I know our viewers out there have actually picked one or two things in today's discussion. Love your neighbor as yourself, irrespective of culture, tribe, religion. What matters most? Love is key. When you love someone, you can actually live with the person happily. And through that person, you can actually know God more by living a Christ-like life. Thank you, Tayo, and thank you, Folakemi, for coming on the show today. This is where we'll be dropping the anchor for today's program of Hot Button. Do well to join us on the next episode. Bye.